A bomb explosion at the Rakni market in Baluchistan's Bakan has resulted in the deaths of at least 4 people and injured 12 others. The condition of the injured individuals is said to be critical and they have been taken to a nearby hospital. Pakistan security forces have cordoned off the area to investigate the incident, and the nature of the explosion has not been determined yet. The incident occurred a day after 2 policemen were killed and 2 were injured in a remote-controlled blast in Baluchistan's Khuzdar district. Earlier this week, Pakistan security forces killed 8 militants during a combing operation in Baluchistan's Kech district. The Inter-Services Public Relations (ISPR) stated that terrorists attempted to ambush a convoy of security forces, but the alert and combat-ready troops foiled the attack and commenced a follow-up operation to hunt down the fleeing terrorists using ground and aviation assets. The operation resulted in the identification of a suspected terrorist hideout in the Mazaband range, where a sanitization operation was launched, resulting in the killing of 8 terrorists and the recovery of a large cache of arms and ammunition, including explosives. The ISPR added that security forces of Pakistan would continue to thwart any attempt to disrupt hard-earned peace in the province by inimical elements on the behest of hostile intelligence agencies. Pakistan's government has agreed to increase the policy interest rate by 200 basis points or 2% to meet another condition set by the International Monetary Fund (IMF) for the release of $1.1 billion United States dollars in critical funding. This will push the interest rate to 19%, just below the previous record of 19.5% set in October 1996. The decision was made based on rates set by the government in the auction to raise domestic debt. A technical level discussion had taken place between Islamabad and the IMF review mission, and it was expected that Pakistan would increase the interest rate by 2%. Discussions between the Pakistan government and IMF officials were in the final stage on some issues of the power sector. The Pakistani government had hoped that they would be able to convince the IMF about implementing the conditions in a gradual manner, but their hopes were dashed during the IMF mission's 10-day visit to Pakistan. Amid an unprecedented economic crisis in the country, Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif instructed the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to cut the number of foreign missions as part of austerity measures to reduce expenditures by 15%. According to a report by the Afghan Diaspora Network, Pakistan has unilaterally decided to restrict the movement of Afghans coming to Peshawar through the Torkham border. Pakistan's decision comes after 2 major terror attacks in the first 2 months of 2023, which claimed more than 100 lives and were linked to the outlawed terrorist group Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan (TTP). Pakistan has been blaming the Taliban inaction in controlling the movement of terrorists linked with TTP. As a result, Pakistan has tightened security measures and controls at the border crossing with Afghanistan, leading to clashes between the forces of both nations. The Taliban also closed the Torkham crossing after Pakistan did not allow Afghans to cross the border for medical reasons, creating difficulties for traders and people on both sides. Afghan patients have been visiting hospitals in Pakistan's Peshawar for treatment despite the challenges of higher costs, language barriers, and accommodation problems. Many enter Pakistan without proper documentation as the legal process of getting travel documents is lengthy and difficult. Pakistan officials, in cooperation with hospital authorities, previously allowed Afghan people to enter Pakistan as this is a significant source of revenue for the hospitals. However, since the Taliban takeover, the possibility for Afghans to travel to other nations for treatment has become difficult. The Financial Action Task Force's FATF Asian affiliate is closely monitoring Pakistan's actions to counter terror financing, according to FATF President T. Rajakumar. He emphasized the importance of Pakistan delivering on its commitments to address remaining action plan items to fully complete them and enhance its anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism financing systems. While Pakistan was removed from the FATF's grey list in October 2021, it remains under supervision by the Asia Pacific Group (APG). Kumar declined to comment on media reports that Syed Salahuddin, chief of Hizbul Mujahideen, had been spotted freely in Rawalpindi. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.